Hey everyone, Scott Funk, Gulf Winds Realty and Development, 251-269-0299. Today's message is to the general public out there. There's a misconception about what real estate agents actually earn, and I wanted to try to put some info out there to kind of clarify that a little bit so you'd have a little better understanding as to how we're compensated for the job that we do. There are different companies out there that have different compensation plans, but pretty much all of them are going to have something similar. Now, I wanted to take you through a scenario, and you know, it's just going to be a generic scenario, but it'll kind of give you an idea as to what to expect. Now, a misconception that a lot of the public has is that we're either on salary or we get a showing fee each time we show a property, which I sure wish that was true, but it's not. We are compensated when a property actually is sold and closed. So when you sign all the paperwork at closing and it's a done deal and you pass the keys across the table, that's when everyone gets paid and not before then. Now, there are a lot of expenses that agents incur before a sale, and that's something else that's kind of tough for a lot of agents. You know, you have to budget for these kind of things. And I'll walk you through just a typical scenario. Let's say that have a house listed for $100,000, and the listing and sales commission or commission is 6%. Now, typically, the 6% commission would be split, say, on a 50-50 basis. 50% for the listing agent, 50% for a selling agent. Now, there's some agencies out there that don't split 50-50. They'll pay less to a selling agent. I'm not a big advocate of that. I believe in fairly compensating and sharing with my peers. So we try to stick with 50-50 on our splits as far as compensation is concerned. But let's move on from that. And let's say that I sold a property and I was going to get 3% of the sales commission, which would be $3,000. 3% of $100,000 is $3,000. Okay, from that, an agency has what they call a split. There's a portion of the money that actually goes to the brokerage, and there's a portion that goes to the agent. Now, the splits will vary. Some have 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. There are even some out there that say 100%. But it's not really 100% because you're either going to have some franchise fees that come out of that, or you're also going to have desk fees, things like that. So there's no such thing as 100%. That just doesn't exist. But for the purpose of this discussion, we'll take that $3,000 and let's just say that the agent split with a company is 60-40, meaning the agent gets 60% of that $3,000 and the agency gets 40%. Now that would come to $1,800. There are other fees that we pay as well. Some agencies have what they call a transaction fee, which takes care of document management and maybe a transaction coordinator, things like that, staffing. So we'll take, say, another $250 off of that. Agents have marketing costs, and those can range just depending on the property. But I'll just take for an example, you know, we'll do marketing photos, video. We do a lot of social media marketing, online marketing to try to get your property in front of people. So that does cost money as well. We'll just say that's around $300. Now, another thing that a lot of the public people don't know is that we're responsible for our own taxes. Taxes are not withheld in real estate. So let's just say, you know, I got to pay 30% on my taxes. That would equate to another, say, $540. Now, when you subtract all of that from that original amount, that $3,000 went all the way down to $710. Now, that's just an example. It can vary just depending on the agency, the type of splits, your tax bracket, different things like that. But that should give you an idea. So when you see $3,000 or think of that, remember that there's a lot that's behind it and a lot that comes out before it actually gets to the agent. Now, that doesn't even count their gas expense, you know, trying to pay for health insurance, things like that. So it's actually even less. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Keep that in mind when you're out working with agents. I'll reiterate what I've mentioned before. Please choose one agent and stick with that agent, because we're not all compensated for showing property. Only one agent is going to get paid for that selling commission. And now you know what it really boils down to and what the net would be. So you can see how important it is for you to stick with one agent. It's really the fair thing to do, and the agent will give a lot more time and energy and their expertise to you for doing so, for being loyal to them. Anyway, hope that's helpful to you. If you have any questions, or if I can help in any way, whether you're an agent or a buyer or a seller out there, I'm here to help. Scott Funk, Gulf Winds Realty and Development, 251-269-0299. Thanks a lot.